Hello everyone and welcome back to Unbox with Yoseka. It's Ashley here again. I'm going to be showing you the Shachihata Make Your Color stamp pad and the Make Your Color ink refill. So this little setup is something that Shachihata designed so that you can make your own color, as you can see here, design on an ink pad. So let's open this up. Not the most graceful, but gets the job done. So as you can see, this stamp pad is blank and there's no label here because it's meant for you to stamp your design on later so you can see what kind of gradient or design that you made. So let's open this up. It's just a blank, dry stamp pad. You can feel it. And so the ink refill is actually one of the colors from their Iramoyo series. It's actually the full line from the Iramoyo series, so let's open this one up too. And so this is the pink. They say you're supposed to shake it up a little bit to make sure that the color is really evenly mixed. So I'm going to do that. And before you start, I recommend that you plan out the design that you're going to put onto the stamp pad and what colors you're going to use. So I kind of drew out what I am going to try and do. I don't know if we'll be able to accomplish this. I've tried this before, but we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to start with the pink. You just uncap the bottle and then I'm going to take you in a little bit closer actually so you can see exactly what I'm doing on the ink pad. So right here, each ink refill comes with a little spatula and I'll show you how to use that. So first, after you've shaken up the ink refill, you're going to put a little drop where you want your design to be. And so I had like a little circle going on here. So I'm just going to do that. But as you can see, the ink is kind of just sitting on top of the ink pad. It's like at the surface level. So you take the spatula and you have to press it in to the pad so that it actually penetrates below the surface level and really saturates the little cloth sponge. I don't know, what is this called? A spongy cloth of the stamp pad. So I'm just pushing it down there and kind of pushing it towards the outline of what I want the design to be. So that looks good. It doesn't have to be perfect the first time you do it because you're going to have to go back over it a second time to make sure the color is really saturated there. And once you're done with that, make sure you actually wipe off the tip so it doesn't get too messy. This is not a messy process, but you know, good to keep things clean. Cap that, and I'll wipe off the little spatula here. All right, so let's move on to the next color. This is sand. And I'll uncap that. And another reason why they include a little spatula in this ink refill set is because you don't want to contaminate the colors with the bottle. Like you don't want to start mixing over here between the bottles because then you'll start blending the colors. So that's where the spatula is very handy. If you want a really firm edge, you can just bring it right up to the edge, bring the colors just right next to each other. But if you want it to be blended, you can just kind of press it down to blend between the two colors. Kind of like that. Alright. So I'm going to blend between the pink and the sand. because I think that'll look nice. All right, now on to the next color. These inks that are part of the Iramoyo series, these are like smaller bottles. They also make bigger refill bottles for the Iramoyo colors. So if you already have those, you can actually use that with this stamp pad, but Shachihata doesn't recommend mixing inks with other inks. So there are other Shachihata inks. They say you should just use the Iramoyo series with this stamp pad and just avoid any contamination. But the inks are really nice because they're fade resistant and won't dry out if you leave the pad uncapped for a little while. It's not gonna dry out. Oh. And I actually went a little overboard there. You don't need to use up that much ink for this, which is why the bottles are pretty small. All of the colors are really saturated, so a little goes a long way actually. All right. And as you can see, I'm kind of just going through all the colors, and I think I'm gonna blend at the end because in my experience, with the one other time that I've done this, that's how you get a smoother gradient. So let's put the pink there. I wonder if I can squeeze in a little bit of pink here actually. Changed my mind. And where you layer the colors, as long as you're not touching the nozzle to the stamp pad, is where it'll blend on its own. And those colors will really mix, so when I stamp it later, this part should hopefully be like purple. So I'm just gonna take spatula and blend these together. Alright. Let's see. I'm really excited for this part to see how this looks. I think I'm gonna bring this all the way over here. Alright. I'm gonna use a different color for the pink since I don't want that to get all mixed together up here. I want this to be a hard edge, if possible. I think I need a little bit more. Let's do a little bit in this corner. So you'll have to keep repeating with the colors until the ink pad is filled to your liking. And I actually decided when making this pattern that for me, whenever I use stamps and I'm thinking about making a gradient, I don't always want to have a gradient all the time, so I left this really large blue space when I just want to use blue because I like blue. So I don't always want to be mixing the blue with some other colors. So I kept the right side a little bit more blended for gradients and the left side a little bit more blue for if I want a little point stamp to stay blue. All right, so that looks good. I could keep blending this, but I'll show you a fully blended one at the end. All right, so let's go ahead and stamp this. I have a cut up fish that I'm gonna stamp. I'm gonna go right in the middle and see if we can get one of every color. All right, moment of truth. Whoa, nice. Wait, that's really good. Here, I'm gonna bring you closer so you can see this stamp. This little marbling effect that we got going here. So you can see you got the pink, the blue, the wisteria purple, and the sand brown in there. That's nice. Wow, look at that. And then if I want just a blue, I can take the blue part and just do blue. If I want just a blue fish. Nice. I think this is really great for like big stamps as well. So I'll show you with a larger stamp. Just gonna stamp, oh my goodness, okay. Stamp on the side, and let's find a blank spot right here. So like that, you can see a lot of the different colors. It's pretty fun. So if you're into gradients, or you just have some refills, some Iramoyo ink refills that you need to use up, this is pretty good for that. And then, once you're done, on the top, since it's blank, you have to mark it with the gradient that you chose. So, oops, I closed it too soon. Let's do in the middle again, so I can get all the colors. All right. And then we'll stamp on the top. Nice, very cool. So there you go. The ink pad, again, and this little ink refill and spatula set are sold separately because some people might have these already. So, Shachihata, Iramoyo, Make Your Color, stamp pad, and ink refill was very fun and made a lot of fun stamps. Comment below how you think you could use this gradient set, and if you are a pattern person, a strong blend person, let me know. I'd like to hear all of your thoughts. Thanks for watching. Bye!